They say only John calls Jesus divine. The earlier Gospels, not so much, they say fine. So let's read the earliest one and see what we find. A reading from the Gospel according to Mark. Prepare the way for the Lord. Isaiah 40 verse 3. Yahweh in the wilderness, clear the road for me. Mark 1 verse 3. John points straight ahead. He's not preparing for heaven, he's preparing for Jesus instead. Jesus is Yahweh, the Prince of Peace, God who emptied himself and took on flesh. Mark 2 verse 5. Jesus says it plain, son, your sins are forgiven, before he heals the pain. The scribes answer back, Mark 2 verse 7. Who forgives sins but God alone? Who but God in heaven? Jesus doesn't correct them because they've hit the mark. Chapter by chapter, line by line, Mark keeps saying it every time. Same authority, same command. Jesus is God, penned by Mark's hand. Mark 3 verse 27, hear the logic stand. You bind the strong man first before you take his land. They say he works by Satan. Jesus says that won't stand. Only someone stronger can tie Satan's hands. Only God is stronger than Satan, and Jesus is God. Psalm 107 verses 28, 29. It's Yahweh who calms the waves. Mark says Jesus does the same. Mark 4 verse 39. Wind and water here, peace be still, and the storm disappears. Not a metaphor, not a flare. Creation listens when he's there. Same authority, same command. Jesus is God, penned by Mark's hand. Mark 5 verse 41. No prayer, no plea. Little girl arise, and death lets her be. 1 Kings 17, Elijah cries aloud. Prophets beg Yahweh, Jesus simply tells her to awaken. Jesus speaks like God. Mark 6 verse 48, middle of the sea. He comes walking on the waves like solid ground to him. Job 9 verse 8 says God alone does that, treads the waves of the sea. Mark just writes it flat. Mark 7:31, deaf ears open wide, mute tongues loosen, blind eyes rise. Exodus 4 verse 11, Yahweh said to Moses, then I make the deaf and blind to see. Now Jesus does it again. Mark 8 verses 1 to 9, wilderness, empty hands, bread multiplies in the desert, just like God's old plan. Exodus 16, manna from above, same provider, same supply, same covenant love. Mark 9 verses 2 through 5, mountain burning white, Moses and Elijah standing in the light. Exodus 24, 1 Kings 19, to the only two who met with God. Now speak with one they knew. Every chapter, read it slow. Watch the pattern, watch it grow. Not late theology, not hindsight spin. Jesus is God from Mark 1 to the end. Let's jump ahead, you see where this is going. Mark 14:61. Are you the Christ, they say? And he answers with the name of God, I am. Then he adds a verdict line, the Son of Man you'll see. Daniel 7:13, 14. On the clouds in majesty, the high priest tears his robes, calls it blasphemy, because he heard it clearly. So did Mark. Every chapter, read it slow. Marque shows you Jesus is